Hi, it's the Tasmanian Devil, and today I am going to go over some of my cheap makeup with you. In a couple of my videos and in the future especially, I will be mentioning the fact that most of my makeup is actually cheap. Now, the only reason I did this video is because I think the sort of makeup I use and sort of cheap makeup I use doesn't get the credit it actually deserves. And I'll hopefully try and make this clear as to why in the video. I've already filmed this video once and it took way too long, so sorry if I go too quickly, but I'm just trying to cover pretty much everything that I have. So let's get started. Right, so I took my glasses off because I found that I was getting quite a lot of glare, and I would think it would be quite annoying for some of you to just keep seeing a white dot dance around my eyes. So we're going to start off with some eyeliners that I use. Now, these few I got from eBay. This one's really cute because he's shaped like a pig and he's got a little curly tail as well. He's really cute. All of these eyeliners I've got more elsewhere, but I'm not picking up all of them. They all cost me 99p each, and one of them I actually got from the pound store, so that was technically a pound. I've had lots of eyeliners over the years, some expensive, some cheap, and I found I really like the cheap ones. Now I'm talking cheap as in under a pound. Or a pound, that range, mainly because I've used expensive brands before and they tend to flake, or they aggravate my skin, or the coverage just isn't very good, and I find the cheaper ones stay on my skin a lot better. The only problem with saying that is that my piggy, he's not very waterproof. I've had them on as my eyebrows, and I had to make them thicker because I started sweating and it was making it run down. Because I've already put my foundation on, I can remove it, so I had to just make my eyebrows thicker after drying them. All the other ones, I will say, are perfect. I can get sweaty, I can go out in the rain, I can fall asleep with my eyebrows on if I wanted to, even though I don't. I have done it in the past. And I wake up and they're still there, whereas the expensive brands, not so much. I've woken up and I've had half a eyebrow or no eyebrow whatsoever. So that's my stand on the liquid eyeliners. Right, so next we're going to move on to the matte lip glosses. Now these have become really popular recently. I don't know why, apart from the fact that they're really good, but they seem to have like come out of nowhere. Maybe it's the new technology or something, I don't know. So I'm putting my cheap ones up against my expensive ones. Now my expensive ones are MUA Luxe. I got these from a competition, so I'm not entirely sure on the price. If I remember, they were around about, let's say, £15 to £20 each. Please check out the website if you want them, because they are really good. I will say, if you can afford them, get them. But if you can't, and if you want to do it cheap like me anyway, I'd say the cheap ones aren't too bad. Now I have Lime Crime, which cost me around about £2.99, something like that. I don't know if it's real Lime Crime. It looks like the real thing. It came in a packet, like their box. But when you go on their website, they're not selling them for that cheap. So I'm thinking this might be a knockoff, but it's really good quality. It's what I've got on now, which is Saline. So they've got the exact same names and the exact same colours. I don't know if it's the real thing, but it's under £3, so it's still cheap. Name brands can be cheap. Then I've got these, which are Danima. I can't read the writing. It's that fancy cursive writing. And obviously it'll be backwards to you, so I don't know why I'm showing it to you. These cost me 99p on eBay again. These were really cool. I really like them. This one especially, I put this on, and especially for a black, the coverage is amazing. And it stays on for ages, just the same with the other ones. It dries really quick, it stays on really long. It takes quite a while to rub it off with a baby wipe. I've got this brand, which is QI Best, again from eBay. This cost me 99p again. This, just like some of the other cheap stuff, it's a little bit tacky, in the sense of it's sticky. It takes ages to dry, but when it does dry, it stays on for ages. It's really hard to get off, to the point that if you wanted to take it off quickly, that ain't going to happen. You're going to have to stay there for quite a while and take it off. So it might have its drawbacks at the beginning, but at the end, it's perfect. All of my liquid lip glosses or lipsticks are really good quality. I've not come across a bad one yet, and that goes for the cheap ones as well. So moving on to the next thing. Going back to the eyeliner for a little while. I've had a couple gel eyeliners. This is actually Maybelline New York gel eyeliner. A friend actually gave me this. I have no idea how much it costs. The two gel eyeliners I own, I never actually bought. But I will say to anyone who doesn't get on with liquid eyeliner or wants something between liquid and pencil, I'm not saying anything about it being cheap or not. I'm just saying gel eyeliner is the way forward. I absolutely love it. It's great. So let's move on to the next cheap thing. Okay, so my next cheap thing is going to be my foundation. I use at the moment L'Oreal Paris True Match foundation. This cost me, I think, around about £3 or £4, less than £5 definitely, because I wouldn't really want to spend more than £5 for liquid foundation. In the winter I often use this more than in the summer, because in the summer you just can't wear foundation, it gets way too hot. I've used more expensive foundation. I think the most I spent on foundation was £8, and it was really heavy on my skin. I felt greasy. I knew I was wearing foundation, but this stuff, it might not have the exact same coverage, but I find that's better because I have a tiny mole here, and I like seeing that because it's a facial feature, and this allows me to see it along with my powder. I've put both of them on and I can still see it, but it does cover up some of the patches. It doesn't necessarily cover up any dramatic dark circles or any blemishes you might have, but if you want to be a bit more natural, I'd say the cheaper ones, because they're thinner, they don't feel like you're wearing makeup, and they look a bit more natural than like pure one-toned face. And with that being said, with the more expensive stuff, if you suffer with blotchy skin or blemishes, go with the expensive stuff. It's all about the coverage more than anything. I don't necessarily want strong coverage all the time, so I go for a cheaper brand. And then moving on from the liquid foundation, I have my powder foundation, which is Collections Pressed Powder. This cost me £2, maybe £1.99, maybe something like that. I haven't bought in a while. I don't know if the price has gone up, but again, it's the cheapest one. I don't go for the brand names. I go for the price. I've not used expensive powder, mainly because I just didn't bother. I thought foundation is the key part, and the powder isn't necessarily that important, so I never ever needed to spend a lot of money on it anyway. So that is my foundation. Okay, sticking with the foundation and the base coat theme, I have bought two large palettes and a small one, which are contouring and blush. So my small one, which cost me about £9 I think from eBay, this is my cream set. Now, I've never really used contouring before. I thought I'd go cheap first for that reason, because I don't contour anyway. I do it occasionally for videos or for practice, just to see if I could get any better at it. I don't really see the need in contouring, but I got a few cheap things anyway. Here's my other set. This cost me £8. This is powder. This is really cool because it's you get quite a lot, even though they're very thin. The the surface area sort of makes up for that. And again, for around about £8 to £9 I got my blush palette, so I get plenty of colours in with that one, and they were all really cheap. So that's all my base coat. Okay, so we've all probably owned something like this before. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 sets of these, not in brown. Some of them are coloured. You might be wondering why I have so many. Well, I end up running out of colours and I get excited about a new palette, so I buy a whole new palette, and I've got about 2 old ones, 1 brand new one, which two separate ones of these go with this one. This came as a free. Those other 2 that came with this I'm not touching for quite a while, seeing as there's no expiry date. I don't see the problem in holding on to so many, but this one, which came in a set free, the same amount of colours on 3 different palettes, that cost me £12 from eBay. The other 2 sets I had came with just the 2 sides of colours. They cost around about £15, was my most expensive. The other one was again around about £12, all from eBay. I have had more expensive sets of around about maybe 8 colours, maybe 8 or 10 colours. I can't remember the brand name, but I have used more expensive kind, and the more expensive one cost me about £18 for the 10 or so colours, and they were neon colours. They wasn't Stargazer, they were something else. And the coverage was amazing. The colours went on really well, they were really vibrant. They stayed on for very long, even without a primer, which I don't use, so that's the main point. They were really good, but I find that I don't like my eyeshadow to be my main point, because mainly I usually wear my contact lenses, and I usually want my contact lenses to be my focal point, or my more smoky eyes. So having strong colour that pops isn't something that I'm necessarily concerned about. So for me personally, the cheaper stuff is better, but I'm not saying that's necessarily for everyone. My next thing will be mascara. I believe this is my last cheap thing I am going to talk about. Just having a quick look around. Yes, it is. So my mascara, again, these are all my main basic things. So mascara is a basic for pretty much everyone, and I use at the moment Miss Sporty, which I think is around about £2 or $1.99. It's really cheap, and the reason I use the cheaper one instead of the expensive is because once I bought a £12 bottle of mascara, and it was supposed to be like, oh, it makes your lashes really long, and oh, it makes them really dark and really thick, and I used it and right, okay, my eyelashes actually look smaller than when I before I put it on. So I tried it a couple of times. I thought, right, I'll let it dry out a little bit, because I do that with Miss Sporty as well. I let it coagulate slightly, and I find it goes on a bit better. So I did that, and it went on, but I had a Miss Sporty at the same time, and Miss Sporty got my eyelashes thicker and longer than this really expensive brand, which I can't remember what brand it was. Something like Rimmel London, something like that. But I was really annoyed. I spent so much money on this brand new amazing mascara, and it didn't do anything, and it dried up within a month of using it every day. And what I would have to do is I would use that and then get so annoyed that it wasn't working that I'd have to put Miss Sporty on over the top. And the only good thing about that was that Miss Sporty became even longer, because this new one, it wasn't adding colour, but it was doing something that it made more mascara of the other brand stick, so my eyelashes looking even longer than just Miss Sporty on its own. So with mascara, I would definitely say that the cheaper brands are a lot better. Now, a few people will say that cheap brands are always bad quality, or mostly bad quality, and I will say yes, I'm going to admit that, because I bought a set of UV lipsticks off eBay, and the Janet Luxury lipsticks, I got a set of 8 colours, and I thought, wow, that's amazing. You might not be able to see how much it glows. It's proper day glow. But if I put some on, you can't really see it all that much, because it's quite oily and it rubs off very quickly. And if I wanted to mix colours to maybe blend 2 shades, I wouldn't be able to do that. It just doesn't stick very well. Whereas I've got a more expensive brand, and this is Beauty UK lipstick. I can't actually remember how much I paid for this one, but if you know the brand, then you know that it's more expensive than the set I bought, which was about, how much was it? It was about £6 for 8 lipsticks. So this on its own, I know it would have been, say, around about £3-4, but if you split the cost between £6 and 8 lipsticks, that's a lot cheaper. And you can see the colour is a lot more stronger. It's not day glow, but it's stronger and it goes on thicker. And the really cool part is, in the lid, it's got this tiny little bit of lip gloss or lipstick or something. So it's got a bit of tiny colour that goes in the lid. I don't know why that's there, but it's really cool. And to put it against something else, we've got Katie from, is that Rimmel London? What's the one? That's the one with the crown. Whatever brand that is, I don't know. I don't go brand. But again, this one smells really nice. I don't know what it is about it, but this is the only one that I found could do purple, like not online, so like drugstore sort of thing. And again, the coverage is really, really good. I can't remember how much I paid for this lipstick because I bought it quite a while ago, but it's still really good quality. It's not going off or anything. Usually my lipsticks go off quite quickly. But putting that up against this one that I bought from the pound shop, it comes in a really cool metallic case, and it's True Shine by CG. Again, this, I said, was in the pound shop. The coverage isn't as good, but it's a lot better than the one that I got from eBay. So, lipstick wise, I would say go expensive. Matte lip gloss lipstick, go cheap. Okay, so that's the end of my cheap makeup video. I really hope that you like it. If you did like it, please give this video a thumbs up. If you really liked it, please subscribe and share. Leave me a comment in the section below to let me know what you want to see next, or what you did or didn't like about the video, or even let me know what cheap makeup brands you've used or what expensive brands you've used, and let me know how you think they are. Do you prefer expensive or do you prefer cheap, or do you have a mixture of both? So let me know in the comments, and I will see you next time.